Hi guys, this is Deepak Dhingra from 91 Mobiles, and this morning I have with me Mr. Shailendra Katyal. He's the Executive Director and Head of Consumer PCSD at Lenovo India. And SK, as I'm going to refer to him henceforth in this interaction, is going to help answer a few questions related to how things have changed in the consumer laptop industry. So, SK, let me begin right away. Thanks for joining us. I'll jump into the first question right away. And I wanted to understand how buyer behavior has changed in the last few months as far as consumer laptops are concerned.
Yeah, Deepak, first of all, thanks for having me over and giving us a chance to share our point of view on the industry. And you're right, in the first question, whether things have changed. I think the first big change that we are seeing is the high pace of growth. A lot more users are coming in to buy products into our category. And we are as of now visualizing for this financial year, maybe it will end up with a strong 20% kind of a growth. And that is driven by this need, like you said earlier, in terms of the need to learn from home and work from home. That is bringing in a lot of new users into the category, and also people who work on maybe older devices definitely are feeling the need to refresh, given that the usage time on the product has gone up to maybe 4, 5, 6 hours in a day. But given the sheer usage of the product, people definitely want a good quality product in these times. So from a single PC home, which itself was debatable in India because home PC penetration is just under 12%, we are talking about 2 or 3 PCs being required in the house. So both are happening at the same time. One, a new user coming in, and also people who were already in the category also feeling the need for more than one device in the household. In terms of where they want to buy from, that's the other big change that we are seeing, because people are still a little wary of stepping out into a mall and buying from a normal retail store. So online has really grown, where people can browse through products and get it delivered at the convenience of their home in a safe environment. So e-tail, which used to be maybe 20-30% contribution to this category, is now looking at almost for 50% contribution to the category. A lot more new users coming in, wanting better quality products, and also buying from a different route than they would have otherwise bought from. So that would sum up maybe the top 2-3 changes that we are seeing in our category. But overall, very, very happy that our category can play a strong role in these times to help people remain productive.
So from a use case perspective, is Lenovo also looking at increasing the choices available in the consumer segment, especially addressing these specific use cases? So you said work from home is obviously a use case. Learn from home is another use case. Gaming, I believe, is also picked up quite a bit, just because people are stuck indoors. So in that sense, is Lenovo India looking at increasing the choices available, options available for users?
We already had a very good assortment, especially Lenovo as an organization. We've always prided ourselves on our range. So we had everything from first time buyer, say under 20,000 rupees, we had products, and going up to even 2.5 lakh rupees. But linked to the earlier point I made, people definitely want something which is when they're investing for the kids' education, and the kid has to be on the laptop, video calls, and we are improving our range there, getting in more assortment, better quality cameras, anti-glare screens, wider screens, because people are worried with the kid with so much of screen time. They don't want to. Earlier, the trend was only very thin and smaller devices because it was more about mobility. But now you're in a single place and you're glued to the screen for a longer period. So the other features of the quality of the screen and features like anti-glare are coming into focus. The other thing which is coming through is the need for accessories. So earlier, if you bought a PC, you would not think about buying an additional monitor. You bought a laptop, but now a lot of people say, okay, the laptop is 15-inch, but I definitely want a wider screen experience for my kid. So the attach rate of monitors, additional monitors, has gone up dramatically. If you look at the need for a headset, because you don't want to be distracted, you don't want to interrupt the call with any other background noise. So again, the attach rate of headsets with PC sales is also going up dramatically. People want to buy the entire solution at one go, and then they want to rest assured that my kid has a good experience, learning experience. Anything which is ticking off all the boxes, it is what is gaining the maximum traction. You had a question on gaming. Yeah, so gaming in any case was booming in India. And gaming also has two kind of use cases built in. One is people who want to game, and the other is people who just want the high-powered machine, right? And people like in your profession as well, there will be people who have to do video production or who have to do some intense graphics works, etc. So we see both these use cases coming through very strongly, especially for a lot of freelancers. Earlier, they had access to some of these machines for content creation at their office, but now if they're doing freelance work at home, their need for content creation is also driving some part of the gaming use case. We have this sub-brand called Legion that we started investing in about 2 years back. And in terms of gaming, we were less than 5% share 2 years back. Now we are touching 25%. So it's been really explosive growth that Lenovo has seen as a brand in the gaming segment.
Some very useful and very interesting insights there, I think, especially related to the features, the use cases and the features that have suddenly now become more prominent. I have a related question. In fact, I wanted to understand if that similar kind of, shift and change in consumption and user behavior, does that also reflect on other form factors and devices, let's say desktops, for example, or all-in-one, or just different form factors of notebooks like two-in-ones and convertibles?
Yeah, so that's a very interesting question because a lot of people in India were still buying DIY. About 5 to 7% of the total PC market was still DIY, and also desktop ended up having some kind of demand. But in this period, what we are seeing is most people are preferring a laptop because of the use case. The use case is more for education. So in fact, what we are seeing is desktop is declining very rapidly. It's declining at almost 30% year on year, while notebook is, like I said, going through a very, very explosive growth. So the switch is definitely happening, and DIY as a segment obviously is struggling because with this kind of explosive demand, all the supply chain is not fully geared up. So if the bigger brands are struggling to get the supply chain in place, you can imagine that a small assembler will find it difficult to get all the components in and then be able to produce a full solution for the customer. So DIY virtually zero, and also desktop as a use case is definitely going down.
Has your marketing strategy seen a change in recent times, and how are you sort of making your intended target audience aware of the core value proposition a Lenovo device can offer?
Yeah, so that's a good question, and it would be foolish to say that nothing has changed, but we have to keep marketing in the context of the short-term aspects and the long-term aspects, right? The long-term aspects of making our brand more well-known, more loved by customers, that has not changed. And we also not just invest in the corporate brand Lenovo, but we also have two sub-brands, strong sub-brands in the consumer side itself, which is Yoga and Legion, which are for specific use cases. Apart from the fact that we also have ThinkPad and Moto, which are for other either B2B customers or the mobility side. So if you look at our overall brand strategy, we invest in the corporate brand, and then we invest in some of these product brands to make them more relevant for a specific customer segment. And if you look at some of our advertising content and the messaging that we are putting out, it is with that eye to the future. We've invested a lot in smarter technology for our all campaign, which is to more talk about our corporate vision that we will bring smarter technology for all, not about technology being exclusive for some privileged people. Everyone can have a bite of making technology, making their life more productive or useful. So that continues. Very recently, we've invested in a Legion campaign and a Yoga campaign. One of the few brands which is actually pulling out all the guns in terms of advertising. While some theory would say that why would you advertise when the overall environment is not looking that great. So that's the investment for the long term. That vision and strategy doesn't change. In the short term, what is definitely changing is the route to market, and most of the decision making also, if we now see, most people are just researching and making the decision online. So the medium has definitely changed on how we are advertising, and we've also put in some interesting new messages, like people were unwilling to step out of their homes. So we created this entire contactless purchase model, that yes, you can definitely buy from a retail platform, but if you still want to buy from a Lenovo store experience, you can still do that without stepping out of your home. You can get a video demo, you can get the product delivered at your place from our exclusive store, and you can also pay through a contactless mean, which is either Google Pay, Amazon Pay kind of a thing, or even there's no need to swipe a card anymore, right? You can also have the other payment mechanism, the EPOS mechanism, which kind of comes in. But the big flavor is, given that we are seeing growth, we are not cutting back on advertising. In fact, our advertising spends will be equal, if not more, compared to the previous cycle.
Okay, I'm just, this is my last question now, basically. So I wanted to understand your thoughts on how things will, continue in the time to come, especially looking at the short to medium term future.
So again, a good question, and I don't think any one of us would risk our entire reputation on what the future holds, especially in these times. There's just so much of uncertainty and unknown. But what we definitely see as a trend, right, that technology will continue to play and the role of technology will accelerate. To give an example, even now when we are doing research with a lot of schools on how do they visualize the ecosystem maybe 1 year, 2 year down the line. Are they likely to go back to a fully physical model, or some part will continue to be online? And what we are hearing from teachers and principals is very interesting. They are saying that they will move permanently to a phygital model, which is a blend of physical and digital, because then they can one, be more efficient. The other is their physical need to create more real estate and infrastructure goes down, which is what we are hearing from the corporate sector also, right? This is a fundamental shift. Now, what it means for a country like India, where PC penetration, like I said earlier, is only 10-12% for home. Unlike even other emerging markets, like China is at 40% home penetration, Brazil is much higher, Indonesia is 30-40%. So a lot of the other emerging markets are already at a high penetration rate. And that's what we have to then visualize, that if the PC penetration fundamentally goes through this shift, then all schools move to a blended model, which means everyone will need a PC in their house if their kid is in a school, irrespective whether it's a government school or a private school, or whether it's a smaller town, bigger town. Those boundaries will vanish. And while there are other devices where you can consume content from, you can look at a video on your phone or your tablet, and we do have brands there to sell those devices. But fundamentally, if you have to submit a project, if you have to be more productive, it will need a PC. You need a good keyboard experience to be productive on the device. So that is what I see as a mid to long term thing, that fundamentally PC penetration in the country should go up to what other emerging markets has. So some of the moderate or low growth years that we had, that should change. And one of my favorite examples is this digital payment thing, right? It required a demonetization hit for people to switch. Otherwise, credit cards were very low penetration in the country. But because of that government step, all of us are very comfortable with digital payments now. And very similar to that, we have a negative trigger here, COVID. None of us like it. But it's become kind of a forced change for adoption of technology, especially for our category. And from whatever we are hearing, it is kind of a semi-permanent change. We do see that it's going to be a blended model. And that is where I think we are also gearing up, both in terms of not just the hardware, but finally some of these require a solution. Like you can't just sell products to a school and tell them, okay, give it to your teacher, now do a class. Because it requires a classroom management software. How do you schedule? How do you do the timetabling? How do you even teach? How do you use a blackboard? Which is one of the questions that you asked. Convertibles are seeing better adoption with teachers because it comes with a pen, right? So you can still scribble, you can show people. So it's as close as you can get to a blackboard or a whiteboard experience while still using a PC. So these are some of the observations. Like I said, it will be foolish to say that we all know the future, but at least in my own personal opinion, this is a fundamental shift and it's a positive trigger for technology adoption in India.
Absolutely. I think a lot of the points that you made are very, very valid points. Thanks so much, SK. I think this discussion was very, very insightful. I think you had some great pointers and some very good real life examples for us and our readers. So thanks so much for spending the time and giving us all those valuable insights. Thanks again for this.
Absolutely, my pleasure, Deepak. Thanks for having us over.
Thanks, sister.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.